Well, the roof is closed, but as you can probably tell, the mouths of these Cowboy fans could not be more wide open. It is a frenzied AT&T Stadium in Arlington. A moment ago, here was the scene with the Cowboys emerging from their tunnel. It was loud. It's still loud. We're ready for football as the Cowboys get set to match up with the Denver Broncos. And now Dallas gets set to take the field
at their own 26-yard line.
Now the first carry for Ezekiel Elliott. And he's going to get about 7 yards on that one, up to around the 33.
Ezekiel Elliott, the ball.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early because they'll pay dividends as the game progresses.
A good run, got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. Now Dalton. It'll hit the slant route. That's caught by Cooper. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Give him 14 on that one and a first down.
I don't care who you put on him. He's going to be a handful in one-on-one throws.
Yeah, right now you're right. They're in man-to-man. Maybe need some safety help.
I would say that'd be a good idea. Double team him somehow. I'm going to have to make someone else beat me rather than let him shred my defense.
Now left side on the swing pass. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. He was unable to shake free there, and they'll cover him for a loss of a yard.
46-yard line.
That pass play wound up for negative yardage, so here's 2nd and 11. Out of the gun, it's Dalton. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. A gain there of 21 yards. And you see who they went after there, young rookie cornerback.
Yeah, I mean, what else would you do? You got to test him, and make sure you test him over time. It's not 1 or 2 throws. It's multiple per game, and people will test him until he proves that he can handle it.
Well, he's got a couple quarters to prove it here. We're only in the first. He better step up. A first down carry by Elliott. And he struggles to get a yard here, maybe a yard, down to the 31.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. From the gun, Dalton looks to throw. Falling over the middle, but it's incomplete. Michael Gallup, that's who he was looking for. But now it's 3rd down. And the timing a bit off that time as that one falls to the ground. Now they got to get to the 23 here on 3rd. Dalton here from the gun. Good work by that Bronco defense, and it leads to a 4th down.
It certainly didn't appear that that's where he wanted to go with the ball initially, so he tried to get something out of it by dumping it off to his running back unsuccessfully.
Cowboys trot out Greg Zuerlein. This one from 48 yards away. And this one is right down Broadway. And the Cowboys are going to jump out to a 3-0 lead. They were probably hoping to get him a little bit closer for a shorter field goal, but he was able to get it done from deep.
Nice little tester for him to begin things, huh? I think he was open for a little bit more of a chip shot. Instead, they made him stretch it out a little bit, but he's got to feel great now that he put it through the pipes.
Field goal. Zuerlein back out there now to send this one away. And a nice return sets them up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. Denver's offense ready to go again.
At their own 30-yard line.
Lock and the Broncos going to come up 1st and 10 right at the 30. They'll run. This is Melvin Gordon. He takes this from the 30 to the 34.
Gordon, the ball carrier. He's tackled at the 34-yard line. 4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6.
Three 3-0 after one on EA Sports.
Cowboys 3, Broncos nothing.
Line of scrimmage, the 24. This is 2nd and 6. Here's Locke. He's got the tight end, Vanette. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down.
Well, they were unable to make anything really big out of that, but it's not a bad idea to find your tight end and give him an easy completion and keep moving things forward. Almost as bread and butter as a good running back dive play.
And on 3rd down, the Cowboys bring in an extra defensive back. From the gun, it's Locke. He'll find Lindsey here. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. Give him 2 yards on that play, and it'll be 4th down.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
It's a return of 4 following a 42-yard punt. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. Second drive forthcoming here for the Dallas Cowboys. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work.
He'll be brought down by the Broncos. It's a sack. The sack there by Bradley Chubb.
Well, the beauty of screen passes is they take a little time to develop, and they can often hit big, but sometimes they take too long to develop, and sometimes you get sacked.
Yeah, what's perfectly called for a defense to attack a screen?
Typically a blitz, and even though people think that the screen operates against the blitz, if you have the blitz called and you still cover the screen, now that allows your blitzers to get there.
Coming up now on a 2nd and 15 following that sack. Operating from the gun. Dalton. This one caught left side by Cooper. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. 16 yards, a 1st down.
It's funny when I go back to our pregame meeting with Amari Cooper, and we mentioned, what if they play man coverage against you? He almost seemed offended by it, didn't he?
I'll beat it. That's basically what it said, right?
I mean, the best receivers we've ever talked to and covered, when you talk about covering them with one guy, they think that's a personal affront. They feel like if they can't just beat one defender, then they're not very good.
A good pickup there. 8 yards on the 1st down completion.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes when they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air. And sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. And it'll be Dalton again. Got an open man. It's Michael Gallup. And he will have a 1st down as they're into field goal range now at the 30. The Cowboys going to use their 2nd timeout now as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. Could we get a touchdown in this first half after all? It's 1st and 10. This will be Dalton again. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Elliott. Heck of a broken tackle and able to work this down near the 23.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Dalton, throw left side, complete. It's Elliott. No gain on that one, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
No gain.
Now a timeout signaled for. They'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. So on 3rd down, the field goal unit will come out as he'll try to get 3 before half. He connected on his first. This time it's 39 yards away. Zerline's kick is up and through. And they're able to double their lead just before half. It's 6-0. So a capper there to a pretty good first half.
And I love the way that they put a chokehold on the clock and pretty much drained everything before they put the field goal on the board as they headed into the half.
Time for one play on offense. 7 seconds to go in the half as the kick is away from the 6. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. So now the second drive offensively coming up for the Denver Broncos. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
The white flag coming out as they line up to kneel on it. He'll take the knee, and the final couple seconds will tick by in this first half. So a couple of field goals, that's all we've been able to muster through 2 quarters of play. 6-0 is our count at the break. As we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman in our EA Sports halftime report. Take it away, Coach. And he will not bring it out. It's a touchback. Locke and the Broncos going to come up 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. And from the shotgun, he'll throw. He's got his 6'5" receiver. That's Tim Patrick. And he's able to get this one up to his 30 before he's out of bounds.
People worry about throwing the out route because often it can get jumped, and that can turn into either an incompletion or an interception. But not on that one. Everything came together, and he catches it and goes over the sideline.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. Locke working out of the gun. Looking middle, and it's incomplete. That time he was looking for Jerry Jeudy, and it's 3rd and 5. And that one going to be off target and incomplete.
And 5 yards to go.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. Shotgun snap to Locke. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up.
That's an excellent job right there on 3rd down. Like any defense, you never want to let them get anything started, and that would have been a 1st down. Instead, you saw the contact on time, no penalty, and before this drive could get wings, it's 4th down.
44 on his first punt, and this is a good kick as well. So possession goes over here on the punt. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The Cowboys offense now, they head out for their first possession of the second half. They were able to get the ball back here, didn't surrender any points. Now they'll look to add to that lead.
Yeah, how about the boost the defense gave them? Going right out on the field, shutting them down, not giving up any points, and turning the ball back over. They want to do their part now and show them a little respect and some gratitude by scoring.
That's caught at the 25. And they're going to have this way down deep in Denver territory. It's a big play for the Cowboys on third. 63 yards. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. From the gun, Dalton. That is caught at the 7-yard line. And here he'll get it down to the 7. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
I think a lot of people ask the same question all the time. Why do we see so many slants in the red zone? Well, the windows are tighter. Everything's more condensed. It has to be quicker, and you've got to deliver the ball on time. Your biggest worry, ball gets tipped in the air. Because if that happens, then it's fair game for the defense.
And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2. A nickel set defensively for the Broncos here on 3rd down. Operating from the gun. Dalton. Good work by that Bronco defense, and it leads to a 4th down.
They really had a good drive going there, but a nice recovery by the defense these past few downs, able to knock that one away on 3rd down and bring up what I think for the offense, an unexpected 4th down here.
And the move from Mike McCarthy is going to be to keep the offense on the field here on 4th down. They're going for it. Running with Elliott. And he has the first down before he's tackled at the 5. They only got a couple, but a couple's all that they needed as they convert on 4th. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
And they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
And he's got it. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. Not much there, only a yard.
Completion was given up, but that's why you play zone defense, so that you can have people around the ball when it's caught, and you don't give up much run after the catch.
2nd and goal from inside the 5. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the 3rd quarter has come to a close. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Line of scrimmage, again the 4-yard line. 2nd and goal. And this is caught for a Cowboy touchdown. Dalton Schultz there to make the grab. And the Cowboys, they push out in front further.
You get down near the goal line, this is where having a sure-handed tight end becomes a luxury, and it pays off big time, especially when the defense sells out against the run. He finds himself open for an easy touchdown.
From the gun, Dalton, and he's got it. So the 2-point conversion is good, and they add on to their 4th quarter lead. He hits the big target for the 2-point try. Defenses hate those guys, especially around the goal line.
It's hard to decide who you're going to put on him. Are you going to put a smaller corner on him? Are you going to put a safety who doesn't have maybe the same coverage skills? How about a linebacker? He may have the size, but he's not used to really covering in space. That's why the tight end gives you such a great advantage when you're throwing the football.
Now after the touchdown, it's Zerline. He'll kick it away. This will make it into the end zone, and it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt to return. Now this Broncos offensive unit ready to head back out onto the field. And you're still in this game. I mean, yeah, you haven't scored. Offense obviously has struggled, but you're only 2 scores down, so all hope not lost.
Not at all, because we're talking about the NFL, and teams can score fast in this league. Quick strikes, you're right back in it. You're exactly right. Keeping hope alive.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. K.J. Hamler, the intended receiver. And that'll bring up second down.
It's been clear in this matchup which side has been the more physical one. It's been this defense. And here's another example on that last play.
Under 4 to go now as they come up on second down. Throwing again. Locke is going to find his running back. It's complete. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming. This defense tightening up a bit. That last catch just 1 yard, making it 3rd and 9. Operating from the gun. Locke. The ball popped in the air and intercepted. Chidobe with a pick. And he'll bring this one back to the 29.
Pass intercepted. The Cowboys take over first down.
On first down, it's Elliott. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. That burst good for 20 and a first down. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
A first down throw coming for Dalton. The quick slant caught, and he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. From 10 yards out, and the Cowboys use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. Now Greg Zuerlein on for the extra point. And it is now 21-0.
Is good. Makes the score Cowboys 21, Broncos nothing.
Now after the touchdown, it's Zuerlein. He'll kick it away. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. And Denver getting set to take the field. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And okay, all right, I'm being facetious here, but you get points, you feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
Locke and the Broncos going to come up 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked up by Anthony Brown. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Cowboy defense has a touchdown. That's the story of the game. They've been suffocating all game long on defense. They were suffocating there again in a big way.
And they've done it not just by out-athleting them, which is often the case, but by being able to adjust to anything they tried to throw at them and beating them to the punch each and every time. This was a defense that was well prepared.
Zuerlein connects on the extra point, and it is 28-0. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. Taking it about the 1. And he won't quite make it to the 25. Here's the Denver offense now as they get set to take over here. And fresh off the pick six, they've got to forget about that quickly.
In this case now, the guy throwing the ball, he's got to be like what we talk about with defensive backs who get beat for a long touchdown. Short-term memory, right back out there doing the things that he does best, and knowing that taking care of the ball is paramount. Here's his opportunity.
Comes back to those defensive backs for the former DB, right?
I don't know where that comes from. It just kind of emerges out of me for some reason.
It's deep in there, right?
As defensive coordinators around the league tell me all the time, that throw is not for every quarterback because you've really got to drive the ball downfield. It's going to be a tight window for him to fit that one into. In this case, unsuccessfully.
He's going to let it fly. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's third down. From the gun, Locke. Now a desperation throw deep down, and that's caught inside the 35. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about. And yes, they want the points, so they will decline the penalty. No question there.
You don't think they spent a couple seconds mulling over what the penalty would do for them?
I don't even know why they asked the sideline.
Not at all. When you put the ball in the end zone on a takeaway, take the points and keep moving.
On here, Brandon McManus for the point after. He's got it to bring it back to 28-7 now.
Makes the score Cowboys 28, Broncos 7.
So still lots of work left to do, but here comes the onside kick. And the Cowboys are able to recover. That fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
Number 21.
2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Again, it's Elliott. And he's going to be met at about the 43. They follow up the gain of 2 with a gain of 1 that time. Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
Third down, a shot here for Dalton. He finds his target, it's Schultz. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or 2 shy of the 30. It's a gain of 12, and the Cowboys pick up the first.
1st and 10 at the 31-yard line.
So this this one will end in a victory for the Dallas Cowboys. And they were buoyed, Charles, by a big second half that put this one on ice.
So you get the sense that whatever was said at halftime obviously hit home. I think it's a little bit more than that, though. Obviously, there are words that are said, and, hey, come on, guys, we have to play better. But sometimes it's just sharpening your execution, sharpening your focus, and maybe doing the things you practiced all week without major adjustments, just doing them better. And that got it done in this one.
So that'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. It's a win for the Cowboys as we sign off and say so long from Arlington.